Before you start building your next game, stop and watch this video. I'm going to show you a simple mindset shift that will save you tons of headaches later and make your game scalable, flexible, and future-proof. Hey everyone, this isn't really a step-by-step tutorial, it's more like a game dev tip. Something that will help you build your game logic in a cleaner, more efficient, and upgradable, friendly way. Whenever you build your game logic, keep it independent from your UI and game objects. And here why that matters. You can change and upgrade the art style without rewriting your code. You don't have to wait on the artist or other programmers to finish their part before you do yours. Your logic will work with 2D, 3D, and any other styles with zero changes. Your code becomes reusable, modular, and easy to maintain. This is especially useful if you're working on a long-term project or collaborating with a team. To keep things simple and quick, we're going to build the rock, paper, scissors game to show off what I mean by this method. I will create one basic game logic, a 2D version, an enhanced 2D version, and a 3D version. And all of them will use the same exact logic code, so build it once, reuse it as many times as you need. First, forget about buttons, sprites, and scenes. We're only working with logic here. Think about the game rock, paper, scissors. It's a very simple game. Rock beats scissors, scissors beat paper, and paper beats rock. In your Godot script, we have 2 players and 3 choices, so make variables for them. For the function, we will start with a function that handles the player choice. This function will have 2 parameters, the player ID, the choice they made, whether it's rock, paper, or scissor. Next, we create a second function. This function will decide who won, basically our game logic. This function will compare player 1 and player 2 choices and return the player ID of the winner. If it's tie, it will return 0. At this point, we technically have a working game, but there is no visuals on it at all. So how can we do that? Since we don't want our visuals tied to the logic of the game, we're going to use Godot signals. A signal for the players when they make their choices, and this will be useful if the game is online, but we're not going to use it in this demo, and a second signal for when the game results is decided. These signals get emitted inside the picks and the logic functions. Now, anything in the UI, 2D scenes, or 3D scenes can listen to the logic without being directly connected to it. Finally, in the process function, we add an if statement to check if both players already made their choices and call the logic function to decide who won and then reset all the values back to none. Next, add this logic as a global script as an autoload so it always runs in the background. That means any scene can access it, any UI can react to it, no duplicate logic across the scenes. Now, let's actually make it playable. Create a new 2D scene, then add a canvas layer, 3 buttons, 1 for each, rock, paper, and scissor, and finally a label. Attach script to the main node. In this version, player 1 is the player and player 2 is the computer. The computer randomly select rock, paper, or scissor and send their choices through the logic system. And don't forget to connect your result signal to the script. When the result signal fires, we update label to display who won. Next, we're going to attach the button press to our script and then use the pick function to decide the choices. And just like that, you have a working rock, paper, scissor game. Is this an overkill? Yes, for a rock, paper, scissors, it's absolutely an overkill. But this approach will shine when you're building something big, like an inventory system, a dialogue system, a combat logic, multiplayer system, anything that need to persist between scenes. This method makes your system reusable, clean, and scalable. I have also made a 3D and a 2D version of the same game using the same exact logic just to explain the concept. You can check this project out on my itch.io. I also left the source code in there. If this helped you, please drop me a like and let me know in the comment what kind of system would you use this approach for. See you in the next video.